Man. So this individual right here, okay, his name is 25 Cent, okay? Because he's 50 Cent son, you know. This individual right here, this entitled prick right here, his name is Marquise or some shit like that. Yeah, this is 50 Cent's son. I say all of that because it's important for this story right here, all right? Let's get into this context.
Go with his. Now y'all got 12, 1300, 13,000 a month.
Oh, I told you right now, right? You got to start your life over right now with $6,700 a month and rebuild your life.
Yes.
Can you do it?
With 6,700, I can. 6,700, I'm good.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga.
I'm comparing it to yourself. 6,700 a month.
Marquise, I know you feel like that ain't a lot of money, but it's a lot of people here watching right now. It's girls that's getting $200 a month child support. 6,700. That means your money.
Yeah, y'all heard what he said, right? I hope y'all understood what he was saying right there. So I called him entitled because only an entitled individual would have that mentality that he just had. So he asked that person, I guess that person was interviewing him, if he would be able to start his life over making $6,700 a month. Like, just contemplate that for a second. And the way he was talking about it, he's talking about it in a condescending, demeaning type of way to belittle that amount of money. Here's something I wanted to say I just thought of that's not even in my notes. If his father wasn't 50 Cent, if his father wasn't a highly successful individual, he'd be getting even less money than that. So just imagine that for a second. Like I said, think about this for a second. He was getting so he's getting this money from child support, okay, from 50 Cent, right? So he was getting $6,700 a month, and he was bitching and complaining as if that's not enough money. like just think about that for a second, bro. Think about that. 6,000 a month, and it's not enough for you. He was getting 80,000 a year in freaking child support, bro, and it wasn't enough. Now I had to, do a little bit more, research, getting into a little bit more of the context. He was saying that 80,000 isn't enough to live in New York. All right, so it's a 50. I'm 50-50 on that. Okay, just hear me out. As a native New Yorker, I could honestly say, and I looked it up too, New York is actually the second most expensive place to live in the United States. All right, so I will agree with him on the fact that it's not easy, and it's not, New York isn't the easiest place to live in, money wise, and it's not the most affordable. That's absolutely facts. But I'm gonna disagree, and this is the other side to that argument, because there's people making less money than him who's getting by. They're just getting by. But imagine if they had 80K. You tell someone out there who's making 40 grand a year right now that they're gonna get an extra 40 grand, and watch how they get by. Watch how they thrive and survive off of that. So just to hear him say 80K a year is not enough, that's why I called him an entitled prick. That might be why 50 Cent don't like that guy. that might be why 50 Cent don't even, he probably don't even claim him as his son. Like, imagine 80K a year not being enough. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not making 80 grand right now, until my YouTube channel takes off, make sure you subscribe to that, help me out with that. But 80 grand a year is survivable in any place, I would at least say in the United States. You want to know why I say that? Because what I've heard, in research too, 80 grand is more like upper middle class. It's not technically middle class, it's more like upper middle class. There's no way in hell you're telling me you can't survive off of 80 grand a year. There's no way you telling me that shit. Cause, and like I said before, there's people who's making less than that who could survive. There's people who make it like 60K who could survive. Even in New York, you making 20,000 more than 60 grand, you full of shit. You full of shit. You are full of shit, bro. That I'm saying that's probably why, or at least part of the reason why 50 Cent don't even claim him. And then this is another point I wanted to bring up too. I feel like it's important. He was getting 80K from child support. 6,700 a month from child support. So that's not even him working. So, because I wanted to differentiate that too. That's another caveat to this story. There's a difference between someone working 40 plus hours, because it's never just 40 hours. Like if you work somewhere where you get in a strict only 40 hours, I applaud you. That's surprising. It's honestly never just 40 hours. But there's a difference between someone going to work 40 plus hours a week to get 80 grand, the total year, versus someone damn near getting that as a handout. There's a big difference with that. And those people who got to work those 40 plus hours a week to get 80 grand in a year, they would be glad if they got that 80K damn near just as a handout. This is the ungratefulness, bro. He didn't even know how good he had it. He not getting that anymore. But he didn't even know how good he had it. He was trying to make 50 Cent seem like the villain. Like, bro, I would say if he was my friend, but nah, I can't vibe with no guy who behaves in this manner. But like, bro, if your dad wasn't the highly successful 50 Cent, you'd be getting less money than that, right? So if you have this thought process in your head that 6,700 a month isn't enough, imagine if you was making less than that. Just contemplate the people who get less, the people who don't even see that in 6 months or some shit like that. Just imagine that for a second, okay? That ungrateful shit, bro. I guess he never seen poor people. I guess he never seen people who would take that 6,000 and run with that shit, make something of themselves. Like, honestly, just imagine. And I'm not even getting to the fact that why the hell is he even getting 6,700 a month in child support anyway? No child needs that damn much amount of money to like ain't no way. I don't even have to get into that. But that ungratefulness, bro, like you don't even know the blessing that you had. And that's probably why what is he even doing now? That's probably why he's too ungrateful. The ungrateful shit, that karma will definitely come to bite you in your ass, bro. And you will deserve it. Ain't no way in hell you're gonna go and tell that the average American person that 80K a year is not enough. You are full of shit, man. Let me know what y'all think about this topic though, man. And here's the question I wanted to ask, right? If you had a child, right, that you had to pay child support for, and in total they was getting 80 grand and still ungrateful, would you disown him too? Like that's honestly some disowning ability type shit. Like I understand why 50 Cent don't really claim him anymore. That's ungrateful times 100, bro. Come on. Let me know what y'all think. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it, man. Like, subscribe. Thank you. More videos coming soon, man.